Hey, welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Tim. It's Crooked River Homestead Off Grid. We got a hot one today. Not much of a breeze, really muggy. Thankfully, we got a little bit of overcast, so it's not super sunny, but still pretty warm. And in the last few videos, I've been kind of trying to button up the greenhouse here. We've made a few more improvements. In our last video, I think I mentioned we needed to address two big issues with this greenhouse, and that's temperature control and water. So we're working on the temperature control. We've since thrown on a shade cloth, aluminum shade cloth, and put some screens up, a couple fans, probably get another fan put in there. But we're monitoring the temperature, and it's still pretty warm considered, obviously, to the outside temperature. And Brenda says it's pretty much unusable the way it is. So, I mean, I realize it wasn't intended to be used maybe for the hottest summer months of growing, but at the same time, I want to make sure that I've gone as far as I can to give her the things she needs to be able to make it as functional as possible. Obviously, the next issue that I have to address is the water. Now, in a recent video, I just completed putting a power station at the well next to our garden, way up there on the hill. We had a second well. We had an extra casing left over from our well dug, and we added another 2-foot casing and a cover, and a lot of water up there. So it's a good spot for a shallow well, and it'll be perfect for watering the garden up there. But for down here, I don't have any such thing. There is no water well. There's nothing here. It is wet here in the regard that with the water table, especially this time of year, it's still pretty high. We had some rain yesterday, and I'll take you over to the pond here in a minute, but the pond had actually stopped flowing through the little gutter that I made, the ditch, and so we had some rain last night. It's flowing again, and what I'm thinking is my best solution for this greenhouse as far as getting water to it is probably going to be using IBC totes, which means I've got to try and figure out a gravity feed system somehow that will allow me to fill these totes and be able to have some kind of control on the inside, so Brenda can just turn on a valve and get water. It won't be a lot of pressure, and she won't be able to spray like she can up on the hill probably, obviously, but I'm not really interested in setting up another power station down here, at least not right now. This is an experimental kind of thing, and we'll work through it as best we can to get through this year, decide what we want to do for next season. But for right now, I'm not going to be digging another well. So after doing a little bit of research, I found out that I can actually stack these totes. I can put one on top of the other, and my thinking is obviously I'd be about 4 or so feet off the ground, give me my water pressure. This one doesn't need to be full of water. It's designed to hold a tote full of water with the way the cage is set up. So I've already got a tote over by the pond, and I'm going to use a trash pump to fill that up. And there's only one other issue I got to deal with. Our Mahindra here has a limit of what it can pick up, obviously. It's 1,600 pounds at the pin. I could probably do just a little over 1,000 here somewhere on the forks. But these totes are 275 gallons, it's a little over 2 tons. So I can't fill it up completely, which presents another problem of how to get it full. But I want to see how much I can fill it and know what my limit is so that I can get it over here. And then I will go about coming up with a plan to fill that one. I've been working on some ideas. So first thing I gotta do is get that other one filled as far as I can and bring it over, and we'll go from there. Let's go for a ride. All right, so one of the things I did do some more research on is these totes have a valve right at the bottom, and that's convenient because they happen to sell a kit. I got one right here, and this kit has a few different fittings in it, and that allows me to put the fitting I need on that valve so that I can put a garden hose on there, and that gives me access to the inside of the greenhouse where I can put another shut-off valve, and from there I can decide what I want to do. But as long as we can get water into the greenhouse, that's a big help. Even if I have to connect another hose and Brenda can just walk around and water her plants with the hose, we'll figure something out. that's what it's all about. I'm working my way over to the bridge right now where the other tote is, and we're going to get the trash pump fired up. Luckily, it rained last night, so the pond is pretty good and full with water. Prior to that, it was getting pretty low, but it fills up pretty quick. Let's check it out. Yeah, this kit's pretty nice. They give you a couple different sizes, different thread pitches and whatnot, a couple different fittings, quick attach, actual brass shut-off valve. And this is the one that I screwed on down here. This one's got a separate shut-off also. They all do, obviously. Nice big ball valve, but so right now everything's closed, and my plan is to see how much I can. We'll use this trash pump here to fill this. I've got it slightly off the ground, and I'll know when I'm starting to fill this, it's going to start giving in, and I'll have to, I know how high I've got to get it up off the ground, obviously, to get it on top of the other tote. So we'll see what we can fill up. I'm guessing maybe a little less than half. Let's see how we make out. I guess I didn't have to do that much research. It's right here on the side of the cage. 1,650 kilogram max, kg. And I just had to find out what that was in pounds, obviously. That's 36, a little over 3,600 pounds, 3637. So that's good news. Not going to be a problem. This is going to be the top crate, but I'm sure the bottom one's even better shape. So, all right. Huh. Don't take that cap off while it's under pressure, okay? Nope, that's not gonna work. Okay, I got it clamped in here, and it is filling up. I got it on low. I don't have it full steam. We're gonna see how much this can hold here. Kind of one-man operation right now, so I'm just kind of holding it all together. Seems to be working. I don't want to crank it up all the way. It's getting plenty of water in there. Let's see what happens here as far as how much we can hold. All right, I'm a little over half, or just under half probably. I'm guessing I'm pretty at my limit. This worked out pretty well. Just put a clamp on there to hold it in place, and it held it fine. So I'm going to go ahead and start the tractor up, and we'll see if we can get this amount off the ground and how high. If not, I'll open the valve, we'll let some out. But this gives me another idea as far as trying to get water over to the, once these are in place, I got to figure out how to keep them full. So I was trying to figure out one thing after another. Let's get this, see if we can get this picked up. All right, we got almost half a tub of water, 275 gallon IBC tote, almost half full. Let's see how this goes, see if I can pick it up. It's about as high as I need to pick it up to get it on top of the other tote. So far I'm doing pretty good. Let's get it back down here. Should probably wrap that chain around it. All right, well, you saw I was able to pick that up probably about as high as I was going to need to get it on top of the other tote. The question is, can I put any more water in it? It did go up pretty easy. I could probably put a little bit more. I'll probably try and see if I can fill it to this rail and see what happens from there. I can always take out a little bit, and I'd like to get the most I can over there in one trip. And if I can do half a tote, that means I can do another half to top it off with another tote. Let me give that a try. Oh, easy, easy. All right, well, I did have to take some more water out. You can see it was, when I started, it was somewhere up around here. So I did have to take some more out to get it up this high. Fit on the crate, the bottom one really well. It seems really secure in all the points. So I'm pretty happy about that. Could be a little more level. I'll probably end up playing around with it a little bit more, but that's pretty good to start. And now I just got to figure out how I'm going to get more water to the top one here. And I've got some ideas on that, but good start for this project. I got some plumbing to do. I'll be able to put my shut-off valve over here and run it right into here. I wanted to put it somewhere in the middle, figuring that would be the shortest run for the two furthest corners in the greenhouse here, and where the raised flower bed is going to be, so garden beds. So I don't know how well this is going to work, and obviously it won't work all year round. In the wintertime we'll have to empty them out and figure something else out, but until we can get another well in the ground and a pump house and power station and everything else, this is going to have to suffice. Get us at least through the fall season and planting season this year, and we'll see how far we can get into the winter, and we'll go from there. It's still pretty warm out here today, but I was glad to get that done, and it was a fun little project. Didn't know how much the tractor could pick up. 1,600 pounds. You'd think a tote is about 2,300 pounds full of water, so maybe half, but I think it did pretty good. And I don't think I'll have too much trouble getting it filled from here. I do have the tractor, and I've got some of those 50-gallon or 55-gallon drums. I could easily fill those up and pump it right into here or something. So it's a start, not perfect, but when you're off grid, you make do with what you got, and this is what we got. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next video, and see you next time. Take care. Bye.
and fighting like hell.